Hi gorgeous, welcome back to Vitale Style. Today I'm recreating this look for you, which I got the inspiration from the eye look from a Pinterest picture, which I will leave a link down below for the picture. It's a really pretty like champagne eye that's smoked out with a little bit of a cranberry color, and then it was just a picture of the eyes, so I didn't know where like what she had on her lips and her cheeks, so I just kept everything in like that cranberry family. I did like a nice cranberry cheek and a beautiful pop of color that this like kind of threw together last minute right on camera, and I think it turned out to be a gorgeous ombre-ish cranberry color, so I'm in love with that. And yeah, it's a drugstore. It's all drugstore items. I know a lot of you were requesting more drugstore tutorials from the last one, so I'm happy to bring them to you. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoy it, and let me know what you want to see next. But without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I'm a realist. We're using some NYX Eyeshadow Base as our primer. Let me know if you guys think there's any other drugstore primers I should try. I'm always on the lookout for new drugstore products to replace some that I use on a daily basis that are high-end, like my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is a good primer and all, but I feel like it doesn't last as long as my Too Faced, but I still use it because I still think it works really good. And then I'm going to use this Milani Shadow Eyes in Almond Cream. I'm going to pop that all over my lid. I'm actually just going to also pop this underneath the brow bone a little bit as a highlight, and I'll blend that out in just a minute. I'm going to blend it all out with my Sonia Kashuk Stiff Dome Little Brush. The very first shadow I'm going to go with is a NYX shadow, and this is in the color Silk. And I am going to use a small shadow brush because I want to pack this on the lid, but I really want to come in quite a bit. And I also want it to be really intense, so I'm going to just pat that on and then just build it until I have the intensity that I am desiring. Now using the Sigma E35, and this is another NYX shadow in Blame It on Midnight, which is a beautiful soft, kind of like a soft brown from MAC. I'm going to pop this into the crease and then just buff out any harsh edges. Now with the same E35, I'm going to go in with this NYX color in Rust, and how gorgeous is this? I just love it. I'm going to pop that on, and from the picture, it was kind of like she had it placed on the outer corner of the eye and then kind of just blended it. So that's why I'm applying this with a fluffy brush, because I don't really want it that precise. I just want like a wash of color into my outer corner. So what I'm doing is I'm placing it where I want it, just circular motion just to kind of buff out that color, and then just drag it in a little bit in the crease. Then I'm just going to take an E40 or just like a clean buffing brush and just buff out the very edge of that rust color, because I don't want that to go up on my brow bone, because I want to apply a brow bone color to that. I'm going to go back in with that original color that we used, the Silk color, on the small brush. I'm just going to pop a little bit more of that in my inner corner and on my lid, and then just go back in and buff out that rust color just a itty bitty bit more. Now I'm going to take my Essence gel liner, and I'm not going to make like a really big wing liner. What I want is to bring my eyeliner into my inner corner like so here, and then just do a thin line, keeping the attention kind of on the inner corner. And this is just a really small E10 from Sigma, a really tiny pointed brush. So I'm just going to take some of that Essence gel liner. I have some on the cap, and I kind of just blot off the excess. And then just very, very carefully and slowly, what I want to do is make sure to line the very top of my inner tear duct, kind of like so, and then just do a thin line on the very top. And I just created a really, really tiny wing on both sides. Now if you want to, you can take that same eyeliner, put a little bit more of my gel liner on it, and just kind of connect it to your inner tear duct if you wanted to. Just like that. And then I'm going to, instead of going in with an eyeliner and on the inside, I'm going to smoke it out with some liner at the bottom, some brown liner at the bottom in just a bit. But for now, I just want to add a little bit of a highlight underneath my brows. I'm going to use a matte shadow for this, and this is Lap Dance from NYX. I'm going to use another, just the same small shadow brush. Just flip it around. Now I'm just going to apply a couple of coats of lashes. I'm going to use my Lash Blast regular, the very black color, not waterproof. A couple of coats of that because I want to apply some falsies, and you don't have to. I'm just going to, for a little extra pizzazz today, I'm feeling rather fancy, so I'm going to apply some false lashes, but you don't need to. For my lashes, I'm using these Ardell 116s. These have already been trimmed because I've used them once. And why did I put them so tight in this package again? These are the 116s by Ardell. I've already used them once, so they are trimmed. And all I'm going to do is apply some of my favorite lash glue, which is the Revlon Precision. This is just my favorite, the clear, not the one that dries black. I prefer the clear, thank you very much. So I'm just going to apply some of that on there. Pop these onto my eyes, and then we'll do the rest of the face. So while my lashes set, we are going to work on the rest of the face. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Revitalift Miracle Blur Primer, I guess you could call it. What is on my fingers? I think it's the mascara from applying my lashes. Classy, Laura. Real classy. I'm going to pop that where I want to hide my pores, which is right in this area. For foundation, I'm going to mix together the Revlon Age Defying Firming and Lifting Makeup in 45 Warm Beige and then 30 Soft Beige. I'm going to combine these two because I'm a little too tan for the 30, but I'm a little bit too fair right now for the 45. So I'm going to use a combination of the two, and that should do the trick. And I'm going to apply it with my Sigma Flat Top Kabuki F80. I'm going to first mix them on the back of my hand. Pop that right onto the face. What is that? What is all over me? That better be a hair. Oh no, it's my nail. I thought I was like a hair, but instead I'm making scratch marks with my nail. Wow. I've kind of lost it today. For concealer, I'm going to mix together the Maybelline Fit Me in medium and sand. These have just been like my favorites lately, so that's what I'm going to use. Mostly the medium to cancel out my dark circles, and then the lighter color is going to be for more like just to illuminate things a little bit. I'm going to first start blending this out, and this is just an e.l.f. concealer brush. I'm going to first start blending out the medium so I can kind of place it where I want it, which is right under the eye in the inner corner, just to hide them sleepless nights under my eyes. It's like my under eyes give away how long I've been sleeping, how much I've been sleeping. And as of late, I haven't been sleeping a whole lot, so that's why they're looking so bad. But that's okay. I've always had bad under eye circles. And I'm going to go in with this color, which is sand. And I'm going to focus this really mainly to highlight. I'm again going to put this under. And then I'm also going to focus this on to my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, chin, and a little tiny bit right under here. This is going to make sure that our contour really stands out. And then I'm going to start with this brush again underneath my eyes and then move on to my foundation brush just to blend things and set things into place. Switching to this bad boy, and then just blend things in place. Now, just because I'm feeling playful today, I'm going to use this concealer stick. This is the Covergirl Trueblend Concealer in 567. This is really dark, but I'm going to use this to kind of cream contour a little bit. So, right over there. And then right on the sides of the head, and then a little bit on the sides of the nose. On top of the nose, kind of like a V, and then underneath the lip. And I'm going to blend everything out with my Sigma brush. And because my Sigma brush has a little bit of foundation on it at this point, it's got a little bit of concealer, it's got a little bit of everything. It's like a mishmash of products. It really helps blend this concealer seamlessly so that it's not too harsh, and because it's got already some of those lighter colors on the brush. So that's a good tip right there. And then just blend right under the cheekbone. Now I do need to set everything in place, and I am using this Airspun powder, this Coty Airspun powder. You can find this in most drugstores. I think I got mine, I see it at Walgreens, I see it at CVS, it's pretty much in every drugstore. So I'm first going to set my under eyes. This is really good stuff, but it just kind of smells like my grandmom. But I don't mind that smell. And then I'm going to use just a larger powder brush and just mush it around in there and set the rest of the face. This is the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Powder Brush. It's really good. I've had this set for a while. For bronzer, I'm going to use my NYX Matte Bronzer in the color Medium and the Sephora Powder Brush. I'm going to pop some of that onto one side, tap it off, and then just right into that contour. Okay, and then for blush, my latest obsession is this blush. And I have every single color except for this. Figure that one out. This is the Red Vino from Milani. Wowza. Quite a bit of sparkle in it, so if you don't like sparkle, you probably won't like this blush. And I'm using a Sigma F10 blush brush for this, but it is just so pretty. Wowza, I'm going to have to blend that out because that is pretty bright. But boy, is it such a gorgeous color. Okay, so that I don't get made fun of for looking like a clown with such bright cheeks, I'm going to blend everything out really well with my Equal Tools big bronzer brush. Just want to make sure that it looks good and not ridiculous. I think that's good enough. I hope that it's coming off as blended as it really is in real life. And I'm going to work on the lower lash line. I'm going to take this L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner in brown. Well, is it brown? It's the brown one. It's a black and a brown. This is a brown one. I'm going to just run this on my lower lash line. Be careful not to poke yourself in the eye because this is so pointy. It's very easy to do that. I'm going to take this brush, which is a flat definer E15, and I'm going to blend that out. And I'm going to take a little bit of that rust color on that same E15 brush. I'm going to focus this on the outer half, well, outer corner really. I'm just going to spray with my NYX Dewey spray. That feels so good. I could do that a million times. And as that dries, I'm just going to apply some of my Maybelline Lash Discovery Mascara on my waterline, on my bottom lash line. And I also tap my lashes so that just everything blends together well. Okay, now it is time for the lips. You could do something nude because it is a little bit heavy on the lips, but I'm really feeling like, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling quite fancy today, so I'm going to go with a really bold lip. I'm going to start out with Jordana's Easy Liner for Lips in the color Cabernet. This is really dark, but that's okay because you're going to see. I'm going to use this little mirror to sort of see what I'm doing because I need to get really up close. I'm going to fill in my whole lip with this, so be very gentle and easy and careful because this is quite dark and you don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm just going to fill in my whole lip. And now you can leave this as is. It's a beautiful, beautiful deep color, but I'm just going to play around a little bit. I'm going to top it with this Siren and Scarlet matte lipstick from Maybelline. It's a beautiful red, and I think it's going to make a really gorgeous like cranberry color. I've never done this before, so wish me luck. I'm going to apply this with a brush though because I don't want to mix, you know, I just want to be more precise. So, and we'll clean up the edges, don't worry. Ooh, I love. Ooh, it made like an ombre lip. I love that. And now I'm just going to go in with my, it's another E15 that I use. Where is it at? to sculpt my brows. Is it this one? Yep, this is one I use to sculpt my brows. So I'm going to use this to sculpt my lips as well. I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer in this little definer brush. I'm going to sculpt my lips a little bit just to clean up the edges. I feel like it makes such a big difference. It really makes your lips stand out. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And this is the finished look. I am like obsessed with this lip combo. It's pretty much my favorite lip combo of the fall so far this year. But I love it. It made like a gorgeous cranberry color. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's almost like ombre. Let me zoom you in on the lips. I'll zoom you in on the whole look. Is that not pretty? Pretty much digging that. I pretty much dig it. Let me move this out of the way. But that is the finished look. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that you've enjoyed another drugstore tutorial. I've had a lot of you request more, and then when I asked you in my last tutorial what you wanted to see, I got a lot of drugstore looks, and then fall looks, fall looks, fall looks. I'm going to do a series, like a bunch of fall looks, and this I figured would be a great way to start because it's, I think it's really nice and wearable, but it's also kind of glam and pretty. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. I will leave everything listed down below, of course, that I use, and let me know what sort of theme you want me to go with for drugstore or any kind of tutorial. I will say that I will not be doing like crazy Halloween tutorials because I just don't know how, and that's not my area of expertise, so I don't even want to try. I just know I'll fail miserably because that's just, you know, I'm not very good at that. So anyway, hope that you have enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. Bye!